Hello, Goenkans. Hope you're well. We are going through chapter Cell, the fundamental unit of life. Our today's topic is prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. This is a very important topic. See, on the basis of nuclear organization, cells have been classified into two types: prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells. Pro means before, karyon pertains to nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are single-celled and lack a nuclear membrane. First of all, you need to remember this. Prokaryotic cells are single-celled. They are unicelled, fine, and they lack nuclear membrane. Their nucleus is not surrounded by a membrane. The genetic material which they have, that is in direct contact with the cytoplasm. Fine. These cells have primitive organization of genetic material. The genetic material which they possess, that is entirely different from the genetic material of eukaryotic cells. Fine. Eukaryotic cells we will discuss after this. Then you have to write difference between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So keep your concept very clear. Try to understand. Topic is very important. I will repeat few points again. Pro means before. Karyon means nucleus. So these are primitive cells. They are not nerve cells, they are primitive cells. So their organization will be old organization, it will be primitive organization. Fine. They are single celled, they lack nuclear membrane, they don't possess a nuclear membrane. As we know, cells possess nuclear membrane, eukaryotic cells. Fine. They possess nuclear membrane, and nuclear membrane is double membrane. There are only three organelles which possess double membrane. One is mitochondria, another is chloroplast, and the third one is nucleus. We have discussed this in grade 8. I am recapitulating it. Fine. Keep this in your mind. There are three cell organelles which possess double membrane: nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplast. Fine. But these prokaryotic cells, they lack this nuclear membrane. There is no nuclear membrane. These cells have primitive organization of genetic material. Even genetic material is primitive. Genetic material is old. Now, what kind of genetic material they have? The genetic material is equivalent to a single molecule of a circular DNA. So they possess circular DNA, not linear DNA. There is a single molecule of DNA and that is circular. Fine. These cells have an undefined nuclear region called nucleoid due to absence of nuclear membrane. The genetic material is not surrounded by the nuclear membrane. The genetic material is in direct contact with the cytoplasm. Fine. And the cells have undefined nuclear region. It is not defined. If membrane would have been there, nuclear region would have been defined. As membrane is not there, nuclear membrane is not there, so it is undefined nuclear region, and we don't call it nucleus, we call it nucleoid. What we call it? Nucleoid. Fine. These cells lack several cytoplasmic organelles like mitochondria, lysosome, endoplasmic reticulum, chloroplast, and nucleus. They lack membrane-bound organelles. Fine. Membrane-bound organelles, as we know, they are mitochondria, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. They lack, prokaryotic cells lack these cell organelles. Fine. They have a nucleoid, they have ribosomes. As we know, ribosomes are membraneless. They don't possess membrane, so they are present in prokaryotic cells, but other cell organelles are completely absent. I hope I am clear. Now, many of the functions of these cells are performed by poorly organized parts of cytoplasm. Fine. Main tiny cell organelles are not there. There are poorly organized parts. We cannot call them cell organelles. They perform certain functions. Examples of prokaryotic cells are blue-green algae, bacteria. These form the examples of prokaryotic cells. If we talk about their size is very small. It is 1 to 10 micrometer. Fine. And 1 micrometer is equal to 10 raised by minus 6 meter. Then, if we talk about eukaryotic cells, U is true and karyon pertains to nucleus. They possess true nucleus. Eukaryotic cells have a well-defined nuclear membrane. Fine? Well-defined nuclear membrane, that means membrane is double membranous. Fine? Nuclear membrane is double membranous. A nucleus, proper nucleus is there, which is surrounded by this nuclear membrane. So it is distinct in case of eukaryotes. Nucleus is distinct. And in these cells, the genetic material is made up of 2 or more DNA molecules. And DNA molecule in case of eukaryotic cells is linear. It is not circular. Circular DNA is characteristic feature of prokaryotic cells, and linear DNA is characteristic feature of eukaryotic cells. And one more important thing which you already know, DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Now, the nuclear material consists of linear DNA enclosed in a nuclear membrane. These cells have a well-organized nucleus. Membrane is there, fine, nuclear membrane is there, then there is DNA, linear DNA, so they have a well-organized nucleus. These cells have well-developed membrane-bound organelles. Membrane-bound organelles are present in case of eukaryotes, but they were absent in case of prokaryotes. The membrane-bound organelles which are found in eukaryotic cells are mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, chloroplasts, nucleus, etc. Eukaryotic cells occur in plants, animals, fungi, protozoa, like the cells present in our body, they are eukaryotic cells. Fine. Now you will go through the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Table I am providing you, and same thing you will write on your fair notebooks in the same way. Fine. That is your today's task. Please go through this table and write the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells on your fair notebook. Let me go through this. Size of the cell you will write, that is the feature, the parameter, and in case of prokaryotic cells, it's small. They are small in size, 1 to 10 micrometer. Eukaryotic cells are large in size, 5 to 10 micrometer. Our yesterday's topic was size of cells. So you can relate that topic to this thing, prokaryotic cell size, eukaryotic cell size. Fine. Then if we talk about nucleus, prokaryotic cells have undefined nuclear region due to absence of nuclear membrane. Eukaryotic cells have well-defined nuclear region surrounded by a nuclear membrane. Fine. Then chromosome, single molecule of circular DNA. And if we talk about eukaryotic cell, more than one chromosome. Fine. And that too linear. This has circular. Nucleolus, it is absent in case of prokaryotic cells. Nucleolus is present in case of eukaryotic cells. Then membrane bound cell organelles, they are absent. You can see they are absent in case of prokaryotic cells, but membrane bound organelles are present in case of eukaryotic cells. In case of prokaryotic cells, they are absent. Fine. Now, what is nucleolus? Nucleolus is a small granular structure which is present inside the nucleus. It is present in case of eukaryotic cells, but this nucleolus is absent in case of prokaryotic cells. Fine. We will again go through this nucleolus, like when we will go through the cell organelles. We have to go through cell organelles one by one. That time I will tell you what is the role of this nucleolus and all. But today you will go through difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, and then you will write these differences on your fair notebook. Hope you are utilizing this time in an efficient way. Wish you good luck. Take good care of yourself. Bye bye, Goenkans.